Hi, this is Paul Evans, CEO of Nicheology, the founder of the Profits Academy, and in this video we're talking about hosting your domain. In the last video we explained domains. That's basically your address, just like your house address, but now we need to have a place to be able to store all of our information. So, if the domain is the address, then hosting is the property. Now I want you to remember the name server. We're going to talk about that in the next video, but for now I want you to remember name server. But if the domain name is the address, hosting is the property. Your website's the house you build on the property. And so when you go to get hosting, now I hope that I'm not simplifying this too much and you don't feel like, come on Paul, now I'm not an idiot, I understand what's going on here. But when it comes to hosting, and there's so many different elements like your domain name, your hosting, and as we'll talk about next time, the DNS, then we often get confused and we make it into more than it really is. So our hosting is simply our property. It's where we're going to connect our domain name and our address to the actual location where everything is stored, where our website is stored, where our graphics are stored, our photos are stored, our products will be stored. All of this is on your hosting, where everything that you have to offer online, where it resides, where it lives. And then you'll call up certain addresses so that you can allow that particular piece of the property to show up for everybody to be able to see, or for everyone to be able to access. And we'll talk about that more in a future video. But for now, let's go and purchase hosting, and I'll show you exactly how it works. And here we are at Hostgator, and you can get here by simply going to hostgator.com, or if you want to use my affiliate link, it is nicheology.net/hosting, and that'll bring you here to Hostgator. Also, if you are a Nicheology member, remember that we give you hosting. So you don't need to get your own hosting. Just open a support ticket and we supply this for you. But if you're not a member, then you need to get your own hosting or your own piece of property. So here at Hostgator, and let me give you a quick timeout. Now, why are we buying a domain at Namecheap and buying hosting at Hostgator? Why don't we buy both at the same place? Because you can actually do that, and it does save a step. But here's what I've noticed, that if a company tends to focus on domain names, they charge a lot for their hosting. And if there's a place that charges a lower amount for hosting, they tend to charge a lot for, you guessed it, domain names. So when we separate the two, we get a little bit of a better deal. Now, the reason I like to use Hostgator is because of their control panel that we'll be looking at in a future video. And the control panel is where you are able to handle all of your files and your email addresses and other installations such as WordPress. And I found that Hostgator's control panel is one of the best. In fact, they say here, right here on this site, cPanel is the #1 used control panel in the world. If it was not the best, we wouldn't be using it. I really enjoy it. So you've got different plans here. When you come to Hostgator, you'll click Web Hosting. It'll bring you to this page. The Hatchling plan, the reason I don't use it is because it's a single domain. I like the Baby plan. It's unlimited domains, unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth. All right? And then there's a couple of extras at the Business plan. But I really like this. I've used it a lot. So let's go ahead and click Order Now. And on this page, help me register a new domain name, enter the domain name here, or an existing domain name. Now remember, we went ahead and registered one called the Personal Success Club.com. So we'll enter that. We'll continue to step 2. Notice they've already placed the coupon in there for us. So billing information. So here's the 1-month billing cycle, or 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. I tend to do 1 month at a time. You enter your username, security PIN. You enter your billing information here along with your credit card or PayPal if you choose to use it. And then they let you know exactly what you're going to be getting and the total due. Now I'll go ahead and create the account, And then I'm going to show you the email that you receive once you've bought your account. And once you've ordered, you'll receive an email that's similar to this. There's actually even more information that I've got above this little section, but it will tell you the domain name and what you've ordered. And this is very important. Remember, I said, remember the name server. We're going to be using this, and yours will be different. You just need to recognize it in your email. We're about to go through our next video in which we're going to connect our domain name and our hosting. And this is one of the things that sometimes trips people up, because we think, well, if I ordered hosting, everything should automatically work. So I've got to show you how to tie these two pieces together so that they can communicate, and so we'll be able to access our cPanel. But that's it as far as ordering your hosting. Don't allow it to get, overcomplicated. The main key is that almost every hosting package out there is going to have enough storage for your site, so you don't really have to worry about that. But the reason that I go with Hostgator is I've never had a problem with them. Their customer support is incredible. And Nichology members, Hostgator actually handles your customer support for the hosting that we provide for you. So you're 100% in the clear when you use our hosting solution. Well, I'll see you in the next video when we discuss DNS and how to make all of these pieces work together.